So a few months ago, I put out a recording of the theme from Love Story, and one of the people that every so often pops up and comments on a video um, asked a very astute question about about the piece, and it's funny because I almost didn't release that video because I was doing this thing that I used to do a lot more than I currently do. Sort of like I consider it sort of an expressive device or a tool or like a little trick where the hands don't really quite line up. The left and the right hand, they kind of are offset a little bit. Usually the left hand plays a little bit early, and in a really traditional kind of sense, that would be like absolutely like, why would you not play the beats together? The beats must always play together. But we have these different ways of being expressive, and we use things like dynamics and articulations, and sometimes I think in a timing like rubato, and in this case kind of offsetting things a little bit. And she asked about it because she had been told never to do this, like I've been told, everyone's been told never do that. And it's there's being expressive, and there's taste, and some for some people that's not to taste, and maybe for some pieces it's not to taste. I think if you're playing Bach, you wouldn't do this thing where the hands don't line up together. Of course, on Bach, beat one must always be exactly on beat one. And this is where the pianist has to be able to explain why I choose to do that thing, have reasons, and why I ultimately chose to keep that recording and accept the piece as I played it. The piano in that particular piece is imitating an orchestra and like a violin solo, and the piano's a percussive instrument, and the violin, well, has the capacity for a lot more expression than a piano. Just because the piano really can't do anything but get softer on a long note, and so you can't have cute little gentle impacts on the downbeats. So in that piece, first of all, it's very contemporary, and maybe one could use the word schmaltzy, and I think wear that with a badge of honor then. And if someone's sense of taste doesn't include that, well, the theme from Love Story was the most popular piece that released in that Valentine's Day recital, so I think it's fine. I think it's good music. I think people like it. I think I enjoyed working on it, and so I chose to use that kind of expressive device to soften the blow of the downbeats a little bit, to try to sort of give the impression of a little bit more nuance in the legato of the line. And it just kind of also brings to mind just sort of the danger, I think, in any kind of black and white thinking, or like, never do this, never do that, always do this, never do that. We live in a world that's just a big, massive gray area, and I think we should have lots of expressive tools at our disposal as musicians, and use them when our musical taste says it's appropriate. And then we have the debate of how do we feel like our musical taste is, I guess, universal enough to speak to others. And I mean, that's I'm getting really kind of into a whole different branch of discussion there. How much does that matter? Okay, so I did this video here really on the fly. My thoughts kind of just stopped there at the end. So if you made it this far, thanks for listening. If you have questions you want me to muse on, I go on walks in the park a lot. I can ramble about things. Thanks.